everybody. My name is Lynn Cohn, and I'm from the third week in July at Watervale, all the families that know and love the Newbolds so much. And I wanted to share something that I wrote. Our daughter Elena was 1 year old the first time we went to Watervale, and we didn't know anybody. And on the second day of breakfast, Elena met a beautiful boy with sunshine in his hair, and they bonded over the doorstop and the flag at the Watervale Inn. They were birthday twins and spoke their very own language. And that trip, we became really close to Randy and Elaine, and the rest really is history. Andrew is the reason that we connected so deeply to Watervale on the first trip and kept coming back. And for that, Andrew, we are all really grateful. Our families grew as did the bond between Elena and Andrew, and siblings and friends from the third week in July clan were woven into the tapestry that for so many of us became such an important part of our lives. It would not surprise me if there were other such friend groups with the Newbolds, because they really are that kind of family, with summer in their hair, making significant sacrifices to serve our country, and very humble despite the fact that each of them is so remarkable and unique. Teddy recently said that Andrew was really good at anything he tried and yet was so modest. We shared really good times and celebrations, and everyone saw that Rachel and Andrew had something special, that the sum of their love was greater than the parts, which on their own, were absolutely spectacular. We also faced hard times, divorce, disappointments, and illnesses, both the kinds you see and the kinds you don't. And I won't share anybody's story but my own, but I can share with you that depression is an overwhelming and lonely place, even in the midst of great, profound love. It is not rational, and it will fool you. I know that we all wish that we could rewrite things for Andrew, but what we can do right now is really love the Newbolds, see the unique beauty of each person that we come across, and really be gentle with ourselves. In closing, I want to remember one particular summer where we were listening to a CD on the boat. Yes, we listened to CDs back then, and Randy kept playing over and over again this REM CD. And there is a song on that CD that's called Everybody Hurts, and I'm going to share some of the words from that song with you. 'Cause everybody hurts. Take comfort in your friends. Everybody hurts. Don't throw your hand. Oh no, don't throw your hand. If you feel like you're alone, no, you're not alone. Hold on, hold on. That song really could be about Andrew, but I really think right now it's really about all of us. We have to hold on, and we will be here for you, the Newbolds, and help you to hold on.
Andrew so fiercely. And I remember as a kid, I remember growing up and looking forward so much to Watervale and to seeing Andrew, and knowing that I would have a whole week of just laughing so hard with him. We had a similar sense of humor and just enough irreverence to spice things up, and also just so much tenderness and so much groundedness. And I remember growing up and he just being so silly, and I just loved him as a little kid, and then watching in his teenage years as he started being cool and going back into that shell that we do when we're teenagers. I would always try to tell him to come back out, because I wanted the silly, crazy Andrew to come back, and of course he would with all of us every summer. He was the coolest kid there ever was, because he lived on vacation, and he just brought so much life to our group. And I remember I was always trying to convince him into like doing whatever I was doing and becoming a little peacemaker, and he really couldn't be bothered. But he was a peacemaker in his own way. He didn't have to run around the world and be stressed out like me. He just was enjoying life, and like counterbalanced all of my franticness with just his very steady way of living in the world and following what was beautiful to him. And one of those things is one of the beautiful people that he followed was Rachel, and I just loved watching their love unfold from afar, and it's so apparent. And then his love for his siblings is just unparalleled. I remember growing up and playing with them and watching how much he loved them and how he would tell stories about them and tease them, and his love for his parents, just the whole Newbold family. I have so much love for all of you, and I'm holding you from afar, wishing that I could be with you today and just soak up all the love that is your family and that you all instilled in Andrew, and to thank you for sharing him with me, and just to let you know that I hold him in my heart so dearly. And I think he just is a constant reminder to me to just to enjoy life, and to be slow, and to follow things that are beautiful and pleasurable, and to be so gracious and generous and inviting, and also silly, not to take anything too seriously. So all along I was trying to micromanage him into a certain way of living, and it turns out he was my teacher and my guide. I love him, and I'm feeling a heart full of so much tenderness for him, and so much grief, and just imagining what the road is ahead for those of us who loved him, and especially those who loved him so closely. And I hope that you can reach out for support. I hope that you include me as in your network of support, just to know that you are not alone, and that there are so many of us who will be here to walk with you. I think that's all for now. Love you.
Hi guys, Rachel, Elaine, Randy, Will, Daniel, and Ella, Paul and Marilyn here on behalf of the NAP crew. As we're trying to get over the shock of the news, we just wanted to reach out to you and tell you how much we love you guys, and how much we care for you, and how much we're with you at this time, even though we're distant. We loved Andrew almost as much as our own kids. It was a delight when he showed up as a young boy with that long flowing blonde hair. It was a delight to watch him grow up and then into an adult young man, and we always appreciated how much how kind he treated us and how generous he was toward us as adults, and how cool it was that that connection that our kids and Andrew had at those early years, how that stayed in place right up through their young adult years. So we just want to tell you that our hearts are broken, but our hearts are with you guys. Our prayers are with you, and we love you.
And I just wanted to share kind of one of my, I think, fondest memories of course there were many, but one of my fondest memories of Andrew was probably one of the first years when we met him. I remember seeing this blonde-haired kid on the beach, and I was always wondering, who is he, and you know, who does he belong to? What family is he with? And then one day they were all playing on the beach, and then they decided to come to our cottage to play a game. And I just remember we were playing Cranium, and Andrew drew a card, and he had to do a charade of Dances with Wolves. And I just remember he was so funny, and I remember thinking, who is this kid? He's so cute and so cool. And of course after that we got to know him very well, but that is just one of my fondest memories of first meeting him. So like Paul said, we're with you guys, we're sharing your pain, and just please know that we're thinking about you and we love you guys.
Take good care.
Randy and Elaine, I just want to thank you for raising such a beautiful boy and for letting him be a part of so many of our family's magical Waterville memories. He will never leave our hearts.
One of my favorite memories of Andrew was at Waterville. It was myself, Elena, Megan, my sister, maybe Ben, I don't really recall, but we were over by the hill of the cottage, and we were in his golf cart, and we were, I don't know what possessed us to do this. We would be going down a hill, and Andrew would brake, and then like steer the car, and we'd like scoot down, and it was so cool. I think we were in like maybe 7th grade, and we did it this one time, and the golf cart toppled over. I don't know if it flipped completely, but it just like fell, and we all like fell out, and it was like very not expected. But I remember Andrew getting up, and his tongue was bleeding, and everybody was completely fine. Andrew was fine, but his tongue was like just dripping blood, and I remember we were all like, oh my gosh. And he had a little bit of a lisp, and for the rest of the summer he would do this bit where he would like talk with a lisp, and it was just a hoot. And I remember him and Ben would just, they would always be like, surf that dude, and we thought it was so funny. And that's just, I think, one of the memories that I have that really captures Andrew and how he showed up for his friends and family. He was always so funny. He would make anybody laugh. He was very kind, very gentle, and it's one of my favorite memories that I have with Andrew.
Hey everyone, this is Teddy Cohn. Hey Newbold family. So this is really surreal. I'm guessing we're all feeling that. Not alone in that. If I had to pick one word to describe Andrew, it's really simple. He was just cool. Probably the coolest person I've ever met. He was good at everything he ever tried to do. Sports were a really big deal to me when I was younger, and he was the best athlete I knew. He was, breaking records in football, and I really looked up to him in that way. And him being so close with my sister Elena, for those couple weeks every summer, kind of, I viewed him as like something of like a big brother type, even if it was only for that short period. And I was, even for Elena, I was the most annoying little brother ever, so he was very nice to tolerate that relationship. More than tolerate it, though. He was always just a really nice guy and really inclusive, even when my sister wishes that he wouldn't have been as inclusive. One of my favorite memories is, I think it was around 2007, and Evan O'Hara and I were prepping for the annual Capture the Flag game, which was like a really big deal to us. We were like looking forward to it all year. Nobody else, none of the other friends seemed to really care, but Evan and I were really into it. So we went to Ben Franklin. I think Randy O'Hara drove us to Ben Franklin, and we got like lipstick to put the black marks under our eyes, and all this like dark gear and like high socks, just so we didn't like step on poison ivy and stuff. So we were really ready, and we get back, and it's like an hour away from starting, and we're at the inn waiting because we're so impatient, and we see the golf cart, the famous golf cart, come by, which has like all of our friends. There's probably like 7 people on this golf cart, and they are all in full military camouflage gear. I mean, they looked so cool. And there's Evan and I who like actually really cared about Capture the Flag, and we were, comparatively not in such a cool outfit. And Andrew probably saw it on my face that I was like kind of bummed not to have the gear, and so without me even having to ask, he drove Evan and I back to his car where he had more gear for us. It was a little big, but then I remember me, Andrew, and Cody on all fours crawling like through the little lake towards the big beach. And it was just so cool. And like I said, he's just so cool. It radiated out of him, and being around him made me feel cool. And this has just been a really tough time for everybody. And I send so much love to the Newbolds and also my Waterville friends and everyone who loved Andrew. He will never be forgotten, and he's always in our hearts. Okay, bye guys.
Hello, Newbold family. Everyone, my name is Matthew Alberg. My family has a cottage off of Love Court, and Andrew and I basically spent our summers growing up together. And so I'm really going to miss him a lot. I'm just such a wonderful friend, and I just wanted to offer a few things just to reminisce and remember him by. As I was saying, our family, spent every summer vacation up at Lower Herring Lake, and I would, at the beginning of every summer, I would always, we'd arrive at our cottage, everything was the same as always, and like, cool, all right, I'm going to call Andrew, and you're going to go over the rotary phone, and I'd hop on my bike and ride over to his house and meet up with, any number of other old house, any number of friends over there, and we would just, then like the summer began, and I was thinking of all of the, we covered every activity together, like Nerf gun wars, playing with Will and Daniel and Ella. We built a skate park in the garage, even though we weren't even that great at skateboarding, but we played Tony Hawk, so, video game. So of course we built a skate park. The infamous, the golf cart, which just, why wouldn't you take a golf cart off-roading and do wheelies with it and play paintball in it, and then sleepovers, and we go paintballing in the woods, wakeboarding, bonfires, and then just like every amazing, time that we had with everyone down at Watervale. I'd come home for dinner and my mom would be like, well, what did you do all day? I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember. I think we just hung out. But beyond our friendship, I've just been thinking about it. Andrew was he was so many things. He was so many things to the people in his life. He was wonderful, loved his family. He was an amazing big brother. He was this spectacularly generous and like goofy person, and he was a loyal friend. And I think, just his presence, the way he was, like he always had this, just like he created this community of people that was always accommodating and expanding, and like he didn't care who showed up or who was there. Like he was just excited. He was just excited to be there. He was excited for the company and just be with everyone. And like, I can't put into words how amazing and thankful, how amazing that was, and how thankful I am just to have that growing up and to be a part of it, and to have his friendship and his company, for him to be there. It was just a huge part of my childhood. And Randy and Elaine, you should be so proud of him. He was just the most wonderful person. And Daniel and Will and Ella, I'm sure he was everything you could ask for in a big brother. And Rachel, I know you saw all the things and more that I've mentioned. And Andrew, he was spectacular. But I wanted to say that I'll be thinking of all of you, be in my thoughts, my prayers. I'm going to miss him a lot too. Thank you.
Hey, Newbold family, Carly here. Hey, just wanted to tell you guys, we've been thinking about you constantly since hearing the terrible news of Andrew's death. Just totally torn up, and just thinking of you guys and praying for you guys. It's really hard to believe, and we'll really miss Andrew. He was just so fun to hang out with, and so easygoing and non-judgmental and easy to be around. Just made you feel accepted and loved and appreciated. So we, we're just thinking of you and praying for you, and hope that just praying for your healing and comfort. So love you guys.
Hello, Newbold family and friends. My name's Hunter Armstrong, and Andrew and I grew up all summer, every summer together from a very young age, all the way through probably our young college years. A lot of memories I've been thinking about that I shared with Andrew, all the way from wakeboarding and fishing to our beach nights and bonfires, as well as tormenting his younger brothers. Sorry, Will, and sorry, Daniel. That's probably my first apology, but better late than never. Andrew was such a fantastic guy with a contagious smile and a contagious laugh. I'm so grateful to recently get to golf 18 holes with him at Arcadia Bluffs, where we connected immediately again, shared a bunch of laughs, shared a few beers as well. We got to introduce him to some of my very close friends. Andrew, will always be thinking of you and remembering those fantastic moments we had. You're like a little brother to me. Miss you. Thoughts and prayers to the friends and the family. And ciao for now. See you in the future.
Hi Newbold family, Elena here, sending you love and strength during this time. I have been looking through photos all week of Andrew and I, and it's really funny because other than my brother, there aren't many people who I have these snapshots with each year that portray the growing up we did over the course of the year prior. It's been really silly and funny looking at these teenage awkward year photos, and a lot of my memories with Andrew are part of those awkward teenage years, and Andrew picking us up and going off-roading in the golf cart, and sleepovers at the house, the first house, not the new Frankfurt house, but the old house, and it was just so fun watching silly movies, filming Harry Potter, and Andrew playing Malfoy. I mean, talk about like perfect hair for the role Malfoy. It was perfect. Being introduced to babies through Andrew because of Will, Daniel, and Ella. They were my first exposure to like little kids, and I just remember loving playing with you guys so much. And Andrew was such a great older brother and really loved the heck out of you guys, and just seeing that was really great. I will never forget my times with Andrew, and I will hold them special in my heart forever and ever. And Andrew, I love you. Newbold family, I love you. Rachel, I love you. And I'm sending everyone peace and strength during this time. Love you guys.
Hi everyone, I'm Randy O'Hara. My husband Jack and I were heartbroken to hear about Andrew, and we wanted Rachel and Elaine and Randy and all of the Newbolds to know that we're thinking of them and sending our love. Our Waterville friendships are really special to us, and even though we might not see those people much throughout the year, we always just pick right up where we left off, and it's a really special relationship to me. And it's the same with our kids and their friends at Waterville, and Andrew was a big part of that friend group. We watched all of them grow up together with bonfires on the beach, and it was always easy to find the group with Andrew's hair. And then they got a little older and all the golf cart shenanigans, and I never knew you could fit so many kids on a golf cart. But they had great times together, fun on the boat, and it was always good. I only have really warm, wonderful memories of Andrew. He was creative, and I remember him showing me his drawings, and they were very good. He was kind. He was always polite, and fun to be with, and so sweet. Always so sweet. So again, we just want you to know, Andrew, you were loved by many, and you will be very missed. And to Randy and Elaine and Rachel and all the Newbolds, and Will and Daniel and Ella, we are thinking of you and sending you our love.
That I have for all of us who are mourning, especially for Rachel, for Andrew's siblings, for his parents, for his whole family, all of us that chose to be his family. Just hoping that there are also moments of release for us in the years to come where we can just surrender and lay down some of the pain that we feel and allow it to move through our bodies and release. So here's a song for all of us. Lay it all down. Lay it all down, lay it all down, lay it all down. You don't have to carry it no more. Lay it all down, lay it all down, lay it all down, lay it all down. Don't have to carry it no more. Oh no, you